Okay, so since it's already 1 p.m., then I'm about to start. And hello, everybody. This is Bill from TVU Networks. I'm Director of Technical Support for Asian Pacific region. I'd like to say thank you very much for joining our webinar today. And I hope everybody stays safe and healthy. Though I cannot see you, I'll imagine that you are just in front of me. And I hope we'll have the chance to meet with each other someday when the pandemic is over. With the amount of online training that occurs at the moment, I understand that your time is precious, and I appreciate your time. Today, we are going to be talking about live broadcast video distribution. But before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that we will be having a Q&A session at last. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll do my best to answer all of them. So let's get started. Let's start with this overview of the TVU platform. For multiple years, TVU is being established and what we believe is one of the most comprehensive and flexible media supply chains. It enables workflows for the next generation of production that's being requested by our customers, content producers, and broadcasters. So we built a suite of products and solutions that provide an end-to-end factory for media creation and delivery, spanning all the way from acquisition through the distribution, which is what we are going to be talking about today. TVU is obviously very well known for our acquisition products, such as the popular TVU One and the TVU Anywhere app. We also have a growing number of solutions in the MediaMind family, which is our AI-based indexing, metadata creation, and automation tools. We also got a growing family of remote production and cloud production tools. If anyone was on our last webinar, we did an introduction to TVU Producer, which is our multi-channel live cloud-based production tool. But today, we are going to be talking about global live IP video distribution. So, what is TVU Grid? TVU Grid is an enterprise-level IP-based live video distribution, routing and switching solution. Grid is known for its ability to provide efficient, high-quality, low-latency, point-to-point and point-to-multipoint sharing live video streams across the world using the public internet. Put it in a simple way, the distribution job that you did with an expensive dedicated line or satellite link can be quickly replaced by TVU Grid. So let's have a quick look at the components of Grid. Grid is based on our edge device, which is that TVU transceiver. Transceiver means it's not just a transmitter, but also a receiver. Transmitter plus receiver equals transceiver. So this is a 1RU box server that is usually located in the machine room of TV station, which features the ability to send and receive one or more HD video streams. The TVU transceiver can take SDI or IP inputs, encode them, and then relay them to the rest of the world. You can feed almost anything into a TVU transceiver and then send it to anywhere and everywhere. As I mentioned before, the transceiver features SDI input output. If there's other vendor's product, you can simply connect its SDI output to the SDI input of the transceiver. Then it becomes a grid feed. And there is also the option to do SMPTE 2110 IO. The other thing that's nice is that it does have this ability to input external IP streams, but also output multiple IP streams at the same time. This is like RTMP stream feeds to Facebook Live or some others. And of course, the whole device is based on commodity internet connectivity, so it can be virtually anywhere. The next component of Grid is the TVU Grid service. This is our backend cloud-based distribution and sharing service. This is actually the engine that powers TVU Grid to be infinitely expandable. Massively redundant data centers and elastic cloud services with multiple layers of fault tolerance and redundancy ensure 99.9999% reliability of the core grid service. The TVU Grid is now carrying much of the world's IP video traffic. It's an enterprise-class carrier platform. The next component of Grid is the control interface. We call it TVU Command Center. Later in the demo that our colleague Jay will show it to you. This is all cloud-based web interface control. So I can route streams to one or multiple destinations with a click of a button. A problem with content has always been making people aware of what is available. With a traditional satellite or fiber service, the video is only available in one physical place. TVU Gridlink is designed to be used by production people. It allows them to monitor available grid feeds from anywhere on any device. So if you have a news director reporter wants to be able to monitor what's available on grid at that time with full frame rate video and audio, as well as the metadata that may be coming with that stream, Gridlink is an awesome tool. That's web-based or can be run on an iOS or Android app. You can get these streams from virtually anywhere. We'll show you an example later in the demo. And final component is TVU Dashboard. Dashboard is our analytics tool. It allows you to monitor in real time statistics about the stream, how many people are using it, how long it was online, and also historical analysis of grid. Think about the problem. You put video on a fiber or a satellite or your expensive IP network. Who is viewing that content? Which content is most interesting to them? With traditional methods, there is no way to know. You send the video into the sky and hope it is used. With the TVU Dashboard, you can see which stories and which times made people interested. Now you can make better informed decisions about the content you produce and distribute. Now here comes to the most important question. Why do we need to use TVU Grid? It's a very good question. We TVU always consider our reasonable interest could only be from two parts. The cost we save for our customer, or the additional value we create for our customer. If we can't save cost or create value for our customer, then we don't deserve the interest. The only interest we deserve to get should be a small fraction of the cost we help save or the actual value we help create for our customer. It's not just the words in the air, but actions that we are taking. Grid is actually one vivid example. Hundreds of TV stations have benefited from TVU Grid, and a huge number of costs have been saved. And I'm going to give you 11 reasons that you need to use TVU Grid. One of the most important advantages of Grid is that it uses commodity internet. This is obviously much more flexible and cheaper than fiber, dedicated line, and satellite. The other thing that's nice about system being commodity internet based is it's infinitely scalable. It can be used virtually anywhere in the world without an expensive infrastructure. Commodity internet is virtually everywhere. I believe you must be thinking, how much cost it exactly can save in my situation. The best way to get the accurate number is to reach your regional sales so that they can help do the math with you based on your real situation. The other thing that we focus on since day one with Grid is ease of use. Anyone can use and control and manage a whole network of Grid devices just from a simple cloud-based logic. A web interface that allows control monitoring, switching of sources, and also the ability to look at analytics of the streams. It's also versatile. Not only can it distribute to a traditional SDI-based workflow, it also has the ability to input-output multiple IP streams. So if I want to feed a grid signal that I'm receiving to an SDI workflow, I can do that and simultaneously share it with social media or CDN like Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch, whatever. Grid is based on very efficient or HEVC or H.264 encoding, and the latency of the system, even on a transcontinental or international transmission, is less than a second. Grid is infinitely expandable to handle multiple streams and unlimited number of streams. Actually, you could start with a very simple point-to-point, point-to-multiple point with 10 or so transceivers and expand it very quickly to be hundreds of destinations. Many TVU Grid feeds are shared on a small local scale, but an event like the recent NASA shuttle launch was distributed to over 550 destinations around the world. This will be a very good use case that I will introduce later. One feed of 500, the same system, the same technology. The feeding encoder only sends one stream to TVU, so the edge device uses only minimal upload bandwidth, no matter how many recipients of polling that stream. So it's very easy to, again, put in virtually any location the services worldwide. Most of our customers that have Grid are using it across the globe with streams going to many different destinations. If it's not reliable, it's useless. The TVU Grid now carries millions of hours of video every year. There are multiple levels of redundancy in the TVU Grid service. And you have the ability to monitor Grid feed from anywhere. We have a dedicated tool that can serve this purpose, which will be demoed later. It's actually called the TVU Gridlink. And we have dashboard, which is our analytics tool. It allows you to monitor in real time statistics about the stream. And also TVU Grid is a key chain of TVU ecosystem and can also benefit from TVU ecosystem. If you already have a TVU transceiver, you could simply enable TVU Grid without buying any additional hardware. The live feed from TVU One or TVU Anywhere can be a Grid feed. And if you saw the producer webinar last time, this is our cloud-based production tool you can use. Producers' PGM output can also be a Grid feed. And on the other side, you can take Grid feeds and feed them into producer or cloud-based production. Grid API is if I want to integrate with NRCS, which stands for Newsroom Computer System or scheduling systems, we do have this that will allow you to create your own levels of automation. The last reason, which I think is the most important reason for being a TVU Grid user. Every TVU Grid transceiver in the world is able to send and receive from every other TVU Grid transceiver. a bridge between you and all TVU Grid users across the globe. It's like a shake hand with all other TVU Grid users. Technically, the bridge is there. As long as you have agreements with the other TV stations, the content can be easily shared via TVU Grid. You don't have to increase any infrastructures to get this done, and no additional burden is increased. Being a Grid user is like a hello to the world and shake hand with all other TVU Grid users. I have described what TVU Grid is capable of doing. I would now like to share with you some case studies of actual Grid projects which are deployed and working today. The projects are all different, but they all have common reasons for using TVU Grid. Firstly, it saves money. Satellite and fiber or dedicated network distribution is expensive. Using the public internet can save millions of dollars per year compared to satellite or building fixed infrastructure, such as dedicated network connections or fiber feeds. Secondly, it elastically scales with demand. Sometimes your video feeds are of limited interest, but sometimes there is huge demand. The system should not waste bandwidth when usage is low, but should be able to immediately scale when it is needed. Thirdly, it is easier to monitor which of your content is being consumed. If you put a feed up on a satellite, you know that it can be taken, but you don't actually know if it was used. With Grid, we have analytics which help understand which of your content was used and where. These capabilities make TVU Grid perfect for distributing content when the amount of interest might change. Today, you might have a video feed of an interview with a teacher, but tomorrow it could be a major disaster. The number of people who want that video live immediately could change from 0 to 1,000 in minutes. Let us start with two cases of news services who switched away from their old distribution system and moved to TVU Grid. Asian News International, ANI, and Cable Network News, more commonly known as American CNN. Firstly, CNN example. CNN had two subscriptions. CNN had two subscription news services, domestic US and CNN International. Affiliates of the service were able to take live news via satellite distribution. The total distribution is over 1,000 unique destinations around the world. Because of the international satellite footprints, the cost of bandwidth and ground relays, the international services were very limited and the sources were in SD. Domestically, CNN had one HD channel available and the rest were SD. The objectives of the project were to add value to the CNN affiliation brand by increasing the number of HD sources available to paying CNN affiliates around the world. Reduce costs. Satellite time and bandwidth is very expensive, 24/7 by 365. Reduce the maintenance cost and trouble required for the dish and IRD infrastructure for both CNN and their affiliates. Improve the usefulness and accessibility of the content by providing rich metadata on the live content. Making live monitoring of all the content easily available to editorial staff outside of the control rooms. To achieve these results, CNN decided to move to IP for their distribution with TVU Grid as a core component of the system. To adjust their needs, we started with 12 TVU Grid encoders that were installed in the CNN building in Atlanta, Georgia, and connected to the worldwide TVU Grid cloud infrastructure. 7 HD sources for CNN domestic, 4 HD sources for CNN international, with 1 spare for testing. This immediately addressed the first 3 objects. The increase in HD signal availability with 11 HD feeds available immediately. Reduction in costs as the satellite went dark. Reduction of DASH and IRD maintenance costs. To address concern 4, the need for metadata. TVU integrated with the CNN news system via API, which allows metadata entered by CNN to be integrated with the TVU Grid. Finally, for number 5, the CNN sources are all available on the TVU Gridlink platform, allowing any employee of a CNN affiliate to see all the channels live with full frame video and metadata. So moving to TVU Grid. Now, so here's a quick video that I can show it with you of TVU Grid link. So by moving to TVU Grid and IP distribution, CNN achieved all their goals while still reducing cost. Okay, so from a US news agency to Asian one, the ANI project. Our friends at ANI have options for the distribution of their video, including a land-based fiber-based service, high quality, but with its own regional challenges in a country where infrastructure projects can sometimes affect a single connection physical path. They also distribute an IP feed via a CDN using IP, but in a country with huge performance difference, a simple CDN solution can struggle with the latency and stability of live HD video. The project goal was to decrease the latency of the feed while increasing the stability and quality. 3 TVU Grid servers were installed to provide the feeds, with over 100 servers at client sites. The TVU Grid transmission based on the IS Plus technology now provides stable, low latency feeds to the customer sites as the project expands across the Indian subcontinent. In this case, TVU Grid brings powerful error correction of IS Plus to solve a very different distribution problem. How to deliver a constant product across a very inconstant country. The photo shows our TVU Indian team and the customers after they finished the deployment. The NASA Pool Feed project is a great example of the speed and global reach of TVU Grid. The historic NASA space launch generated worldwide interest, but with the COVID pandemic, NASA decided to strictly limit the number of spectators and press presence. To help them reach a wider audience, TVU partnered with NASA to take 2 feeds from NASA TV and make them available across the globe on all Grid receivers free of charge. The 2 Grid encoders were set up in Florida, and the free feeds added as available sources to all TVU Grid receivers around the world. After the successful launch, we analyzed the numbers. A total of 556 receivers went live with the 2 NASA Pool Grid sources. These receivers were spread across 39 countries for a total of 9,007 hours of video transmitted. This project went from an idea to live video to 39 countries in just days. Last election, April the 15th in Korea, 6 customers, KBS, YTN, SBS, OBS, MBN, MBC, called the terrestrial pool group used our grid solution. All their cam crew just capture source and distribute to all stations. No need to call telecom to open network. Just click from other station source. Easy and convenient. They used for a month for sharing contents among this pool group about election campaign, interview, announcements, etc. They covered during election time period. Before we go to the Q&A session, I'd like to give you a quick summary again of all the 11 reasons we need to use Grid. Use commodity internet, ease of use, versatile, low latency, infinitely expandable, reliable, monitor grid feed from anywhere, analytics tool, TVU ecosystem, open API, shake hand with all other TVU Grid users. Okay, so I think it's time for us to go to the Q&A session. And is there any questions?
Hello, Bill. We've got some questions from one of our participants.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is came from Dennis Fernandez, and he asked, "What is the streaming protocol we use for, I guess, for TVU Grid? What is the streaming protocol?"
I believe that you guys probably are familiar with our existing solution, acquisition solution, TVU1. So TVU1 actually is using the IS Plus. What it can do is aggregate the bandwidth of everything. So actually, TVU Grid is using the same protocol IS Plus. It's also a very strong protocol that can ensure the reliability of the TVU Grid transmission. We call it ISSP, IS Plus Stream Protocol.
Okay, so another question from Hanumanta Raumadala. Is it possible to go for grid services with TVU Anywhere?
Yes, of course. So as I mentioned, that the key component of TVU Grid is TVU transceiver, which is our edge device. So TVU transceiver can do live with any acquisition solution. You can do live with TVU1, can do live with your TVU Anywhere. So once the transceiver is doing live with Anywhere, then it can become a grid feed. Then it can be distributed to the rest of the world. Yes, so the answer is a big yes.
Yeah, so another question actually sent over over chat. What is the bit rate for this one, for encoding to grid? What is the bit rate? How much bit rate is being used for this TVU Grid?
Okay, so majorly one grid feed, the stream of grid feed is around 10 megabits. And this bit rate can be configurable. If we require higher or you lower, that actually it can be set. We can change the bit rate as well.
Okay, so there's another there's a follow-up question coming from Dennis Fernandez. Do we need the TVU proprietary equipment to decode the TVU Grid streams?
Yeah, it's true. So in order to receive the grid feed, that you need to have at least have a TVU transceiver. You need to have a TVU transceiver to receive the TVU Grid. You cannot use I think it's very easy to imagine that you cannot use other devices to decode the grid feed, because in our system. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, so do you think it's easy to set up a TVU Grid receiver in the customer side?
Yes, I think I can share with you some very interesting story that recently I think we are partnership with Raptly, and they are trying to sell their content to all their customers over the world. So originally they will use satellite for the deployment, and now they've already turned to use TVU Grid. So some of the new ladies, they are don't very clear with the deployment. So when they are asking, okay, so how much time do you need to prepare for the deployment? So their expectation is like 2 days or 1 week. But what I tell them is that it's very simple. We just need to put a transceiver in whatever wherever they need to receive the feed. It's like half an hour. We just need to put the box and we set it in the backend. That is done. So the deployment takes very little time. It's very efficient.
Okay. So another question from Samsol Basin. What is the roadmap to run TVU on 5G network? So when will be available?
Yes, this is a very good question. So actually TVU 1 5G model is already ready. We already have the model of TVU with 2 embedded 5G modems inside. So if you needed to have the TVU 1 5G, then you can reach the regional sales for more details.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this question is coming from Indonesia, from Jakarta. So what is the minimum requirement bandwidth for TVU Grid?
Okay. So basically, if we want to send the grid streams to others, we at least need to have 10 megabits for one stream. So and TVU transfer can encode 2 grid feeds. So if we want to we want to send the streams to the rest world, we need to at least have 20 megabits if we want to send 2 of them. So if we only need to send 1 stream, that is 10 megabits for upload. And for the download, it really depends on the for download we only need to have 10 megabits. And here's the very interesting thing that I would like to expand here. The reason we only needed to have a very minimal bandwidth is because we have something called the relay server in the behind. Let me just give you an example. If I have one transceiver and I want to distribute it to 10 destinations. So basically, if there's no relay server, then it requires 10 multiple 10 megabits. It equals 100. But because we have the relay server, what the transceiver, the edge device need to do is just to send it to the relay server. Then relay server will take care of the distribution. That's why it's only requires a very low bandwidth. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe this is a good question coming from Malaysia, from Joseph Kong. If the customer mentioned about ZZ, SRT encryption, how do we deal with that? So maybe he's asking if SRT encryption and ZZ can be accepted by TVU Grid solution.
Okay, so I think I can answer this SRT things because our transceiver are able to receive the SRT feed. So and we can also output SRT. So this part we already support. Regarding the ZC, this part I'm not that clear with this word. So I'm not sure, Jay, if you are clear with this one. So ZIXI, I don't quite understand this.
Yeah. It's also like an encoder and decoder solution. So ZC.
So
same.
I think there's another good way that you can answer similar questions because basically we can always feed SDI input, right? So if it's some other vendors, their solution. They can, as long as they can output SDI, their SDI can be in feed our SDI input. Then we can get their feeds. It's no matter, it doesn't matter, as long as they give us SDI output, then we can take care of this.
Okay, so how many HD streams can handle one encoder?
So I think you were asking how many
How many
HD streams
can one encoder handle? Yeah, he's asking. Dennis Fernandez
okay.
is asking.
Okay, so for one transceiver, it actually can handle two grid feed, two HD streams. One is the one that when you are doing live transmission, when your transceiver doing live transmission, and the other is the one from the SDI input. So that live feed can be one pack grid feed, and the SDI input feed can be the SDI grid feed, two grid feed in total.
So another question, what about RIST? Are you familiar with this, Bill? RIST.
Sorry.
It's a follow-up question to SRT encryption and ZZ.
I see. I think another word that I don't that quite understand. Yes.
All right. There's also a question about the costing a complete set of a TVU grid. What I can advise to one of our participants named Ganyes Lakito, I would suggest and I would recommend our team to send you an email coming from our regional managers who is taking care of your region and talk about the costing of this solution. So I hope Ganyes Lakito that answers your question. About the pricing, we will let our regional managers to contact you. We will we'll check it out later after the webinar, and we will communicate with you. Okay, so check if there's any more questions. Nothing more. I think that's all about our Q&A portion, Bill.
Now, please allow me to invite my colleague Jay for some fantastic demo. So Jay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and it's your turn.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so can you now see my my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So hello everyone. My name is Jay and I'm from TVU Networks Philippines. And thank you for attending this great webinar. Although here in Philippines it's holiday because it's Independence Day, and happy Independence Day to all Filipinos who joined this webinar today. So right now, what you see on my screen, on your screen right now, is our command center. This is one of our most powerful tool to monitor and to control all the assets under your name. So what do I mean with assets? That means my transmitters and my receivers. So all the components of TV solutions that you have, you can control and monitor through our command center. Command center is web-based. It's a cloud-based web control management system that overlooks all your assets that I mentioned earlier. So you can see all your sources, all your transmitters, all your receivers. So basically in just one page, you can do a lot of things, control, tweak settings on the fly. And right now, another thing, another good tool is the Gridlink, as Bill mentioned earlier. This Gridlink is a powerful tool to monitor all the live feeds coming from the TVU Grid. So when I say live feeds, like what you see right now, you see 4 different monitors. These are live shots coming from CNN International. So CNN International are sending live feeds to all its affiliates that can be used for breaking news. For example, if there's anything like um, um, big thing that happened in in, uh, in Minnesota, they will be able to publish it live here in their in the TVU Grid. So the directors and the news producers can use Gridlink as monitoring wherever they are. So even they are at home, they can already see what's going on around the globe. So if they are able to see like an important clip or breaking news coming from the US or in any part of the world, they can ask the news guys in the station, hey, take a look and record this clip and put it on air. So that's how Gridlink is powerful. And apart from that, TVU Gridlink provides an enriched metadata, so that the news producers can already see where the shot is coming from where the live feed is coming from. For example, this one, the New York bomb shot source, so CNN embargo. So they can already provide a short description of the live feed. It's an advantage over satellite transmission, because satellite transmission doesn't have any metadata, so you don't have any clue where the shot is coming from, what the shot is it's all about. Okay, and that is a TVU Gridlink. So you can browse this through your mobile phones, through your laptops, in any Android phones or any iOS phones. Another tool that I want to share to you is our dashboard service. I believe Bill already mentioned about dashboard service. Dashboard service provides analytics. So all the information, all the data that you need coming from all your assets. So you can locate where your TVU1 pack is getting live feeds right now. Where is it situated? Your TVU receivers, how much data it consumes already, how much time it is online. Our dashboard service can provide all these things: the traffic usage, data usage graph, statistical graph, real-time data. Dashboard service is our tool to be used. And this one is a very good, very good tool that I want to show to you. I believe Bill wasn't able to mention about this one. This is TVU Search. You know, if you have TVU Grid, all these feeds, all these live feeds are being encoded through our media mine, so into our cloud facility. So if you're an affiliate of a TVU Grid user, for example, CNN, CNN Indonesia, CNN Philippines, they will be able to use TVU Search for free. So they can just key in a particular or key in a keyword in the search tab. For example, we want to look for a clip containing Donald Trump. My TVU Search will already list down or will index all the clips that contain Donald Trump, where Donald Trump was mentioned. Okay, so for example, these clips that you see on your screen. So it will list all clips about the keyword that you tried to search on. Oh yeah, all right. Okay, cool. So if you want to ask some more question about all these tools and our solutions, our regional managers are ready to help you. Just let them know and ask questions and throw your inquiries, and we will be ready. And we are so glad and happy to help you out. And we are ready, as TVU Networks is globally ready for you. Okay, Bill, going back to you.
Thank you. sorry. So I might share the right screen, Jay.
Yeah, it is your presenter screen. What we see is your presenter screen.
So let's have a quick look whether we have more questions. And in the meanwhile, I will try to change it to the right screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So
let me see if there's any. Yeah, Happy Independence Day, Joseph. Thank you so much. Our friends from Malaysia. Okay, we're back.
So basically, I believe most of you already know how to reach your regional sales. In case of some of you don't know, here's a quick list of the contacts of APAC team. You can take a screenshot to save it. And if you have interest in understanding more TVU Grid, and our regional sales are very welcome to be reached. And they can help you do the math of the cost can be saved based on your real situation. And they can also help arrange grid demo for you to experience by yourself. And thank you for staying with us, and we really appreciate your time. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to invite you to join our next webinar, which will be held on June the 9th, next Friday. We'll show you a very fancy feature called Party Line in this webinar, and it's going to be very interesting. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. See you next time.